Mhm. Yeah, our session is a recording, and I want to officially welcome you to tonight's session. It's going to be project management methodologies, a small series. We are going to do it in 3 days. So tonight we are going to look at Agile methodology. Agile methodology comes with a framework called Scrum. So tonight we are looking at Agile methodology, the theories, the principles, of Agile methodologies, and tomorrow we are going to do the practical, where I have to teach you guys how to use Jira to manage Agile projects. And next tomorrow, being Wednesday, we'll look at waterfall and Prince 2. And I think with that will give you a very good understanding of different types of methodology currently very hot in the market. Yeah. Okay. So if you're looking at my notes, my board, you see I picked 3 methodologies. Yeah, the first one is Agile, the second one is waterfall. Waterfall is what we call traditional method of project management. We call it legacy, or we call it traditional approach. Whichever one is fine. So, but the right name, the right market name is waterfall. Then we'll have another one called Prince 2. Prince 2 is the official project management methodology for UK. UK government is developed and adopted by the UK government. So that is Prince 2. So these 3 are the most prominent project management methodologies we've got in the market. Is enough to help you get started. We have others like extreme programming. We can equally manage our project within the framework of Six Sigma and the rest of that. So many, and even DevOps. Yeah. But the main for you to get started is these 3. And if you master these 3 at this year level, you are covered. So what I say, what we are doing is what is going to give you a very quick start. So if you become a project manager, if you want, you can do so many training, you can even so many certification, you can even do PhD in project management. But all of them is you trying to be a big man as a project manager. But what we're giving to you is what we help you to launch yourself into the market. And we are picking Agile because Agile is becoming more prominent than others. It's the most important for now. Traditional method of project management, which is waterfall, is still very strong. Yeah, so many companies who are even using this Agile, so many of them are still on the migration stage, moving from waterfall to Agile. Some people are even combining it. All of them comes with their own values. Yeah. Waterfall, the current approach most companies are using, they are very important because it's highly structured. But due to that structuredness, some people say that it's too rigid. Yeah, it's too rigid, or some people call it that it's too bureaucratic. Yeah, that is where you call yourself a project manager. That is within the waterfall. And the principle as well, they call you project manager. But when you come to Agile, the word Agile means flexibility. You know, ability to change quickly, ability to respond to changing environment, ability to be very adaptable to market condition, and that's why we call it Agile. And this Agile operates within a framework called Scrum. So Scrum is the framework through which you can operate Agile. So we're going to look into Agile project management methodology. So the framework looks this way. This diagram explains the framework we use in Agile, the framework called Scrum. If you come to Scrum, which is Agile, we have what we call product backlogs. Product backlogs. So if you go to waterfall, this product backlog is called requirements. They are the tasks, activities we have within the waterfall approach. But in Agile has special names for every activity. So we call it product backlog. So when we are saying product backlog, don't be scared. It's still something you've known. Product backlog is requirements, product requirements, project requirements. That is it. So within this product backlog, we have, within this Scrum, we have another name called sprint planning, and we have sprint backlog. So whenever you want to carry out any job or any task or any work within Agile, you come to product backlog. So list of requirements, you have to select some items or some activities or some tasks from this list of product backlog, and you carry out a planning. You plan on what you need to do. So during the planning is the time you are selecting items from this product backlog. After selecting the items from the product backlog, the purpose of selecting items and planning it is to make sure that all the items we are selecting are the most important items. So in these product backlogs, all the items we are selecting here, we call it product backlog items. In short, we call it PBI, product backlog items. So once you start getting work within the market, These are some of the names you are going to be hearing. If you are working with experienced team, they are not going to come and start telling you product backlog. All you're hearing is PBI. All these product backlog items, another name for them, all the items there is called user stories. User stories and other items, other tasks. So all of these put together is what we call product backlog item. We'll select the item we need to work. For instance, if we are planning to develop a website, and at the moment, for instance, this is our web portal. All of you are logging in all the time to watch video. And we are the team building this web portal. So in this week, if we plan, what we plan to work on this week is to build the login page. You know, all the website, they are all pages. So we plan to build the login page where someone can come and put login detail like email or username and password, and it will give you access to go and watch videos, download your certificates, do your assignments and other things. So if we need to build it, so we need to come here and select all the items that will help us to build a page, a login page. So the user stories are going to be, I want to log in, that is login, ability to log in is a user story. Ability to, if you forget your password, ability to get a new password. So these are so many things, ability to put your username, ability to put your password, all these are user stories. And all these things are piece of code. So when we put it together, it becomes a list of all the items that will help us to build a full website is product backlog. But if we want to build only a page, that page, all the requirements that will help us to build only a page can be called sprint backlog. So sprint is the small work we've agreed to do in a period of between one week to 4 weeks. That is what? 1 month, within 1 month. According to Agile or Scrum, we cannot do any work for more than 1 month. After every 1 month, we must deliver something and test it and see that it's working before we go and start another work. So we do our work bit by bit by bit. And the work we are going to do is the work that can be used. It's not something you just, after finishing it, it will be there, it can't be used for anything. No, every work we are performing must be able to come up with a value that can be used immediately. So if we build the login page, at the end of the sprint duration, we should be able to log in using that page and access the platform. We can continue building, adding other features continuously until we finish building the web portal. In software development, we cannot build a software, the full software in one duration or one iteration or in a go. It's something we keep on building gradually, and keep on deploying. Even the Facebook all of us are using, Facebook weren't built in 1 day. And they used this agile methodology in building Facebook. And that's why if you look at Facebook, the Facebook building is not completed. People are using it already, but it's not completed because every day you come to Facebook or every month, you will likely see them adding a new feature or removing a feature they feel that is no longer needed. It's a continuous build. And that's where the Agile comes in. Agile helps us to build a product or manage a project in complex environment. That is the main purpose of Agile. Ability to be flexible, ability to go to and fro, ability to think outside the box, not following protocol. Agile gives you that flexibility to be highly creative. You cannot say, I don't know it, while you are working in Agile. Why you cannot say, I don't know, because it has given you the opportunity to go and research. It's giving you opportunity to do trial and error and come up with something. As a matter of fact, all the application we are using today, all the software we are using today, they are product of trial and error. Even Facebook, even all this AI we are using today, as a matter of fact, if you go to various AI lab across the world, they are trying a lot of things. When AI started, all of us know that video AI wasn't part of the agreement. The highest thing we could do is to generate image or even generate text. But over time, they keep on trying. They keep on trying. And they created the first video. And the first video, everybody was happy. They did not relent. They wanted a better version. And now they are creating cinematic videos. You can generate a cinematic video from AI. From these days, you can clone yourself as an agent that can talk to a presentation on behalf of you. It's a constant trial and error. It didn't just work. There is no code. Build it and leave it there that, no. They keep on trying, matching, mixing, removing. That is what developers does. And it requires a lot of patience. It requires creativity. It requires thinking out of box. Like me, I've done so many work after building. I say, no, I delete everything I've built with my team over the year. We start afresh. We didn't just start, like that. If you see the first web portal we started using, it wasn't as beautiful as the one we're using today. We keep on looking for better way to do things, and that is Agile. So that is the main purpose of Agile. So when teams select work from product backlog, they plan it under sprint planning. And then that piece of work becomes sprint backlog. And then the team start the work that they can do within 1 month. So they continue to work on the product sprint backlog, and on daily basis, the team comes together. When they come together to look at what they've done so far. And every team member will have to give account of their situation. Their situation is you need to tell the team what you are doing, what you intend to do that particular day, and if you have any challenges you want the team to know about, you continue to do this every day. That is the risk management in Agile. We call it daily stand-up. Daily stand-up is the process of expecting and adapting to understand every challenges every team member is having. During that daily stand-up, we have the project manager that facilitates that meeting. That project manager is called Scrum Master. The Scrum Master facilitates a meeting every day, every morning before the team starts work. And that meeting cannot last for more than 15 minutes. That is the rule of thumb. It's a must. Once you start having a meeting, daily stand-up meeting that is lasting for 20 minutes, then you are no longer operating in agile environment. You are operating for yourself. Why they say this is that a lot of teams will say we want to migrate to agile. And when they migrate to agile, they are not going to follow the principles. Agile say follow the principle. When you follow the principles and you are not getting results, then we know why you are not getting results. But there is no way you follow agile method, religiously, and you are going to have problem, because so many companies who followed it religiously came out becoming the biggest companies in the whole world. But some people will say, I will do it, but they will not do it. Just like some people will say, I want to go on 14 days fasting and prayers, and they will do 2 weeks. They will do 3 days. They will start eating. They will start doing this and that. They will still tell you they are still praying. No. That's what they are saying. If you want to follow us, follow us. If you don't want to follow us, don't follow us. So, because once you become an agile, call it agile evangelist, when you start following or preaching about agile, you see a lot of people arguing that agile is not good, it does not do this and that, because they don't follow it. I've been in a project where we are doing agile. We agreed that we are doing agile. And the team, then I was working there as a business analyst, not as a Scrum Master. And the team convinced the Scrum Master, why are we even doing this daily stand-up every day? It's too much now, every day. Let's just be doing it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's fine. And the Scrum Master said, okay, that's good. Is that what you guys want? And I said, no. I told the Scrum Master, this is not the Scrum. And he said, child, I said, no, that is not the Scrum. But I told the Scrum, I'm a certified Scrum Master. In as much as I'm working here as the business analyst, I'm certified Scrum Master, and that's not the rule. And fair enough, the Scrum Master was not even certified. I said, if you want to work on waterfall, continue working on waterfall. That's very good. But you cannot come here and tell us we are working on agile environments and we are not working on agile environments. So let's call a spade a spade. So that is how it was. So what I mean that every day the team must come to have this meeting. And this meeting must not exceed 15 minutes. And within that meeting, the Scrum Master must have a register to record all the challenges. All the challenges every team member is having. After the meeting, you need to go and troubleshoot it. We call it challenge, we call it blockers. Whatever is blocking your way, you have to state it so that we can reach our goal. By the end of the month, we should be able to deploy a full solution. So that's the way it's done. And by the end of the sprint, which is 1 month, maximum of 1 month there. So it's maximum of 4 weeks and minimum of 1 week. The team must come to the stakeholders to share the to demonstrate before the stakeholders what they have achieved. So, you see, this particular method of project management is a money spinner for the stakeholders. Because why I said it's a money spinner, this is how it's holding the team, the project team. Every week you must show value. Every week you must come and show working solution. It's not negotiable. People must bring something to the table at the end of the session. And it's not reports. They do not want to report like in Agile, in Waterfall, we can come on weekly basis to present our reports. Even if the work is not ready, we can always come and give we call it project status update or project status report once every week. But when you are coming, you are not coming to showcase the real work. You are just coming to give the report. But in this Agile, you must come to show evidence. Evidence means the stakeholders will be there and they will test the login page. The login page must be tested, like this login page. It must be tested. Like somebody want to log in, you come to this login page and say login. It must be tested, and you will see that it's working. You put your username and the password, and it is going to work. Once it couldn't work, that means you people couldn't deliver. And you cannot bring any work you didn't test within the developer environment. You cannot bring your work to the stakeholders to demo without testing it. So this increment is what we call definition of done. That we've done, we'll finish is deployable. And we call it this session where we demo is what we call sprint demo or sprint review. So it's another serious activity in Agile environment. And after the sprint demo, the team will come together in another meeting. This meeting will be around 3 hours. Sprint demo will be between 2 to 3 hours. Everything is time box. You can't exceed the hour. So after the sprint demo, we move to another meeting on that day to have what we call sprint retrospective. Sprint retrospective is when the team comes together to do housekeeping. What is kind of housekeeping? They are there to reflect on what went wrong, what they got right, and what went wrong. In those that went wrong, what would we have done better to make it a better solution or a better activity? So it's time to correct all the mistakes. It's time to reflect. Sober reflection for the team. Housekeeping. Reconcile all the issues. If any team member, people having disagreements, it's time to reconcile everybody and make sure that everybody is happy, the house is clean before we move to another activity. So you see it here, sprint review. From sprint review to sprint retrospective. And after the sprint retrospective, then we come back to pick another work we are going to do for another 1 month. And then it becomes a cycle. You see it, you pick, you finish, you deploy, you demo, you do retrospective, you come back to backlog and pick more work. That's how you continue to pick work on continuous, you see, it's a cycle, and it's endless cycle. More as if you are working for a big corporation, you are working for a big corporation like Facebook, Google, Amazon. This big corporation, if you get to work in this kind of big corporation, because there is always something to do. Yeah. So that is it. Or you get a job like all this AI company. If you get a job there as a developer, as a Scrum Master, which is a project manager, or as a business analyst, or whichever, this kind of work doesn't stop. Yeah. These days, is no longer in software development. You can adopt this Scrum even in your daily work, even at home. If you understand it, you can start using it to do your work at home, even to teach your children, even in school. You know, cycle that brings in value continuously. That is it. So let's go down. Why I take my time is let's understand the main cycle first. So let's look at some of the key principles involved in this Agile and the Scrum. Agile project methodology are iterative approach to project management that prioritize flexibility. You see, I say prioritization means it gives more importance to flexibility, ability to be flexible, collaboration, ability to collaborate, team to come together, and responsiveness to change, ability to respond to change, that is adaptability. This methodology promotes incremental delivery of project deliverable. Incremental delivery means that you do not build everything at a go. You continue to build and deploy, build and deploy, build and deploy. That means incremental. For instance, if you want to build this document, this software we are using, this is what we call Google Doc. If you want to build this Google Doc, breaking everything down, I'll click on this file here, and you are going to see. If I click on file, you see. Do you see all these? They are all products. This is a big product backlog. You see, all of them are user stories. You can build this week, new document. You can build open. You can build, make a copy. You can build share. You can build email. You can build down. You see, in download, it can even take you up to 3 months or 4 months to build download, because if you see download, there are so many activities in download. But by the time you configure this, you configure this, you configure this on that download, all these are product backlog items of user stories. So that is it. You see it. So it's not possible to build everything at the same time. So you can build. After building this file, then you come to edit. You see all the work in edit, and you finish edit, you come to view. You see all the work in view. This one can even take you up to 3 months. After building this, you come to insert. You see all the works. All this you see here are big work. They are not just simple code. Take time to configure this code or develop this code. You see format, you see tool, you see extension, you see help, and so many of them. So as you are seeing it, very simple. This is a very big software. That's how we build it. And we build it on incremental basis. So keep on adding small. If you come today, it might look so skeletal because you might just build one page and deploy it so that people can just be using it. But over time, you start adding so many other features that makes that become so rich. So that's what we mean by incremental delivery of product deliverable. Frequent stakeholder feedback. I told you, stakeholder feedback at every time we finish a small work, that is sprint, we must go to the stakeholders to show them what we've done. And adaptive planning. So planning, we have so many planning, adaptive planning like daily stand-up, sprint planning, and the rest of them, even retrospective, to accommodate evolving requirements and prioritize throughout the project life cycle. So that is Agile for you. Agile have its own principles, which they always encouraging people. Follow our principles. If you say you want to practice Agile, follow our principle. If you say you want to become a leader in Agile environment, become a certified Scrum Master, become a product owner. That is the way. These are exams you can write on Agile. So the first principle is iterative approach. Iterative approach is a method where you divide projects into small works. They don't believe in doing every work. Break them down into smaller stages, just like in waterfall as well. Waterfall adopts iterative as well, because in our waterfall, the first thing I tell you people is project breakdown structure. You need to break your work into smaller manageable stages. So Agile is very good at that, into small manageable iteration or increment known as sprint or iteration, typically ranging from 1 to 4 weeks. So a sprint is between 1 week to 4 weeks. If you choose, you and your team can say, we are going to be working on every 2 weeks. If you want, you can be working on every one month, but it can't be less than 1 week and it cannot be more than 1 month. So you must come within this period to demonstrate what you and your team have achieved. So each iteration results in potentially shippable product increment, allowing stakeholders to provide feedback early and often. Another principle is collaborative teamwork. They believe so much in teamwork. And that's why they call their team developers. Developers mean that everybody is one person. We are not a programmer. We don't have programmer here. We don't have Scrum business analyst. We don't have tester. We don't have web designer. All of them, both web designer, programmer, business analyst, combined together, their name is called developers. They are one set of people, and they own the work together. So they emphasize on collaboration and communication among cross-functional teams. So different people coming together, cross-functional team, to become one body, including Scrum Master, developers, and stakeholder. Team work closely together throughout the project lifecycle, sharing knowledge, insight, and responsibilities to deliver high-quality outcome. The team must not be more than 10 people. If they become more than 10 people, it means you need to create another project team. You can have more than one project team or more than one Scrum team. Yes, it's allowed, but each team cannot be more than 10 people. So if you become more than 10, split it. That is the rule. Why? Because they believe in small number of people. They don't believe in noise. They say that too many hands spoil the soup. Want to have up to 30 people. Everybody is trying to get soup. Everybody is trying to get meat from one pot. Before you know it, the soup is going to sour. So they believe in small number of people who can easily recognize themselves, who can easily understand their strengths and weaknesses, support each other, become friends, and be able to deliver high quality products. Customer collaboration. They love customers a lot. They believe whatever we are doing it for customers. So, and because of that, they believe we must involve customers in everything we are doing. We must know how they are feeling at every point. In any way they are using our products or they tend to use our product, we want to know how they are feeling. And we do this through customer collaboration. So Agile prioritize customer satisfaction by involving stakeholders, end users, customers in the project development process. Regular stakeholder feedback and user involvement helps ensure that projects deliver value and meet customer need effectively. So what does that mean? So many of us must be, participating, collaborating with these agile people, and we do not know it. Yes. You see, whenever you go and download, you go to Play Store or Apple Store, you download an application, you start using that app for like 2 weeks. One day you come to use the app and you see a pop-up on that app and tell you to give us a review. If you click you want to review, they are going to drag you where you are going to rate the product over a 5-star rating and then put your comments beneath. This is to show or to understand how you are using the product. Are you happy? If you are not happy, you state why you are not happy. You let them know your challenges. What they are doing is data collection. They are collecting information from stakeholders, from users. If you go to Amazon, so many of you who have been shopping through Amazon or most e-commerce application, anytime you buy a product from Amazon, Amazon will want to collect a review from you about a particular, just one product you purchase from their platform. You must give them not must, but they will appeal to you highly to give them review. What you are doing is you are helping them to understand how you enjoy the product and any suggestion of improvement. That is the main purpose. Adaptive planning. Agile methodologies embrace changes and uncertainties, recognizing that project requirements and priorities may evolve over time. What they're saying is that adaptiveness, meaning that you should be always ready to recognize and embrace change. we can always grow because we are adapting changes. So many of you here are product of changes. You decided to take a project management. What are you doing? You already have a degree in one discipline, in one course. You already have a degree. You already spent some years acquiring a degree. But at some point, you decided you needed to improve. That's what you mean. You've recognized that what you have is not enough to get you to where you want to be. So that is change, adaptive to change. So most of us here have already adapted to the market environment. So not being, I'm a graduate, I must get a job as an accountant. If it's not accounting job, no. No. You here being adaptive is, you are not even thinking of going forward into accounting to do ICANN, to become a chartered accountant, or to become a ACCA, still a chartered accountant. You are diversifying to IT, what you didn't even do at all while you are in the university. That is adaptive planning. Over time, you are looking at maybe the income brand. That is your target. Maybe now you are earning like 200,000 every month, and you've seen that in 10 years, you want to build a very big house, buy a car, and must have married with children. How are you going to cope with 200,000 every month? You're saying that it's not going to be possible. The only way is to start becoming adaptive. So that is what Agile is saying. You know? And the popular example of this, both customer collaboration and adaptive to changes, understanding what customer wants and the market trend, is a story about two companies. One company is Nokia phone company, and another company is Apple Corporation. So Nokia have different type of phone. They started, no, I don't know if they started, but they are among the pioneers of mobile or smartphone, or GS, we call it GSM. So they started producing this phone. And what they do is they feel that this is what the market need, you know, and they started building it based on their intuition, not from market collaboration. They don't collaborate with the market. They feel that, yes, they will like it. They don't have any option. We are the monopoly. Whatever we give them, they take it. We don't have competitors. They don't have any choice. Do they have choice? You know, so many of us, you see people always, you don't have a choice. People always have a choice, you know, and people, competitors will always come. And it happened that a company called Apple came up and started producing smartphone as well. They produced the first smartphone, they call it iPhone 1, and they deploy it in the market. And they started, immediately they deploy it, like a few months after deploying it to the market, they go into the market and start collecting feedback. They will even pay you. They will give you incentive to give them feedback. And people started giving them feedback. They started capturing feedback. And after the feedback, within the next 6 months, they launch another one called iPhone 2. You find out that iPhone 1 is good, but more features is now in iPhone 2. And these features in iPhone 2 is not like they just close their eyes and start adding features. It's based on what people are requiring. You know, people will say, oh, if it will be very beautiful if I can use this phone to snap pictures. And that's how they added picture in the phone. So you can use your phone to snap picture. Your phone now, that's how cameras started being part of phone. They say, no, if you can, the next one, they say, if you can use it to record videos, now they add video. You see it now, it becomes both a camera phone and a video camera phone. And Nokia is still on its own without any camera, without any this thing, just like that. They say if you can add touch, they start. All these things are things we are requiring. They are listening to us, and stuff. And that is what we call customer collaboration and adaptive planning. What is the market looking? And after 2 years in the market, they took over the market from Nokia. That's how they send Nokia on early retirement. How many of us are using Nokia now? How many of us? Anybody here, if you have anybody who is using Nokia and who is using Nokia? Rebecca, you are using Nokia?
Yes, I'm still using Nokia.
Then you must be able to sell her here. Yeah, because we are talking about iPhone Pro Max. Well, how come you don't have iPhone for iPhone? Who is using iPhone here? Who are those who are using iPhone here? The latest iPhone. Anybody who is using latest iPhone here, you get something from me.
Nobody else.
Okay, you see that everybody here is still very far away. All of you here are Methuselahs. You know?
I'm not too far.
Huh? All of you are. All of
I'm
you
not
need
too
to.
far. Seriously,
you need to upgrade. I'm not joking. You need to upgrade.
Samsung.
Samsung as a babe, correct. I'm not even talking about Samsung. If you are a correct babe and you are not using iPhone no more on Nigeria, you know they.
I'm using iPhone 16 Pro Max. So I'm not too
good,
far.
you know. You've now they come now. These are the babes. These are the babes for Nigeria. Okay, let me tell you. Please put yourself on the echo will come. Christiana, you are.
I'm sorry.
Okay. See, there is a job. You know, we are still in AI engineering. So we are going to start another AI class, AI annotation. We've trained a lot of people who are into AI and even this AI training. So now there is this job that is out now, AI training. They pay you in a lot of money. Some companies are even paying up to $15. You are going to do some videos, small videos, and you know, the first requirement for this job is that you are going to have iPhone at least between iPhone 17, no, iPhone 11, iPhone 12 to the latest iPhone. You need to be making videos, you need to be training, they are going to be paying you a lot of money. You know, one of my staff who is working with some of these companies, they asked her to bring up to 50 people for that job. He brought a lot of people who are already making, and they always come in to look for more people. What am I saying? If you have this better technology, better equipment, there are jobs. They will help you to secure more than others. So if you really want to be into this tech environment, you must make sacrifice to upgrade yourself. You must have a laptop. A lot of IT jobs requires it. A lot of people join our class with only phone. They will use their phone to come and listen to join a class. Yeah, that one you can navigate that, but you cannot use their phone to do some work. You know, not everything that you are going to use your phone. If you want to work on Excel, if you want to work on PowerPoint, if you want to work on a lot of things, so many platforms will navigate. You cannot use, even downloading like Project Lib, you cannot use your phone. Now, if you are looking at all these jobs, because these are where people are cashing in. A lot of students here in UK, when we came to UK, so many of us were doing all sorts of menial jobs. You know, some doing care job, some doing labourer job, some even working in the kitchen and as porter, some working in a restaurant, a hotel, all these small jobs. That's how so many of us raise our school fees when we're doing our masters. But things have changed. Most of the students here, what they do is all this AI training, AI annotation, AI this, AI that. And it's giving them a lot of money. So many of them are doing it, they are using it to pay their school fees. A lot of people in Nigeria, when this AI job, AI annotation, AI training, when it started coming, some of these companies, they say they are not recruiting people from Africa. They are not. But some give Africans opportunity, and that is where somebody like Odinaka started working. So when Odinaka started working for this company, she's the only Nigerian in that company. They're all Indians and Filipinos. And when Odinaka started, find out that Odinaka is extremely good. And they tell Odinaka, can you get us more people? They say, you get us. We started getting them people. The last people now, we got them 5 people. Even some of the people that finished this our project management, like Sonny, the team lead for the people that just finished before I started. Sonny have gotten a job. Odinaka just because yeah, he work with Odinaka when they are doing their internship. Because Odinaka is the person that organizing our internship. The autonomous. Odinaka have given him a job and even train him on that. So these opportunities out there, we're trying to look at how we can work and even hijack some of these companies abroad that are recruiting. But they said you need to have iPhone. So iPhone is not like an investment these days. A lot of things you need to do. You need a very good. Their only that they made it specifically. They need iPhone. Yeah, that doesn't mean that other phone. Even me that is saying iPhone. What I use here is here. I'm using Samsung. So yeah, but my wife, all of them, all these ladies, they don't play with iPhone. But me, I use. Although I have iPhone, but I hardly use them. But you see, iPhone, you need to find out to upgrade because of this AI job that's coming out is extremely important. Anything you spend to do that and you manage to get all this AI job, you are going to recover it in a very short period of time. So all these stories is how iPhone took over from Nokia. How? Because iPhone adopted Agile project management and Nokia remained in waterfall. So, yeah. So, in Agile, we have a popular framework called Scrum. And the popular framework called Scrum has sprint. So sprint is the method of project delivery in Scrum. Scrum is widely used Agile framework that emphasizes iterative development, self-organizing, cross-functional team, and time-bound sprint, and iteration. Scrum define specific roles, events, and artifacts such as product owners, Scrum Master, sprint planning, daily stand-up, sprint review, sprint retrospective to facilitate project management and collaboration. So, yeah. So within this Scrum, everything in Agile, they come up with their own name. Everything they become very unique. Scrum here is just a framework, just like a waterfall framework. But they come with their own. They said that the product have a product owner who owns the product. So the kind of, if you come to waterfall, a product owner can be said like a business analyst. They have a product, although even if you come to sprint, business analyst is equally recognized. But they have these two people that are very special, which is product owner and Scrum Master. So there are two exams if you want to be certified, highly recognized. You have an exam for that. Like somebody like me, I'm a certified Scrum Master and a certified product owner. As a matter of fact, the last job I did, I went for an interview. After having an interview, they invited me. After video, they invited me to the office just to familiarize with me. And we started another chat. During that interview, they told me, yeah, I think they said we are going to resume next week, ending. That by that next week, we want to quickly, because we are recruiting for a product owner. I told them I'm a product owner. They said, no way. And we started another level of interview. And when they finished, they said, we are now confused. And they offered me the product owner, and I became the product owner. So the point I'm making is that all these are opportunities. And the product owner is a higher position in that company to business analyst. So we have up to 10 business analysts in that company. And those 10 business analysts, I was coming there to join the group of 10 business analysts. And then they are now looking for a product owner that will become in charge of all those business analysts. And that's how I just joined a company and I become the product owner. And all the business analysts started working under me. You know, it's because I'm a certified product owner. And yeah. So all these are extremely important. If you all this position, all this little training, all this certification, yeah, but for a beginning, you can start small. And over time, you continue to scale, you continue to build up. And before you know it, you become a very successful career IT person. So we have Scrum Master. In Agile environment, there is nothing like project manager. They don't have project manager. The project manager, if you come to Agile, you change your name to Scrum Master. The Scrum Master is known for its servant leadership. They believe that project manager is so arrogant, so bossy, and according to Scrum, they don't like it. So they say they want somebody who is very humble, very loyal, a servant leader that can lead by example. Yeah, that's what they are looking for. So, and then we have sprint planning, daily stand-up, which and sprint review and sprint retrospective. All these, we call them activities. All these activities is event. You can call them events. You can call them meetings, because all of them are meetings. Sprint planning is a meeting. Daily stand-up is a meeting. Sprint review is a meeting. Sprint retrospective is a meeting. These two last meetings, you have these meetings at the end of every sprint. Sprint planning, you have it at the beginning of every sprint. Daily stand-up, you have it in between the sprint, every day as long as the sprint is going on. And sprint itself is a period of time you and your team have to deliver a solution, a small piece of solution. So this is the team here. Looking at this diagram, that is how it's supposed to be. So inside the diagram, that is Scrum team, you see product owner, you see Scrum master, you see the developers, or you can call them development team. Before now, we call them development team. But if you go to sprint or Scrum, Scrum guide, they always review, there's what we call Scrum guide that guide us on what, on how to practice Scrum. It's no longer development team, it's now called developer. Yeah, because they believe that it's just one person. All these 6 people here, they are seeing them as one person. Now, it's the duty of this product owner to interact with stakeholders. You see business owner here. This business owner is now sitting as a project sponsor. Then you see another end user. This end user here can be like me and you using Amazon platform or using Facebook on daily basis. And then you see experts. These are some consultants within a domain. We call them domain experts that we can consult over time to understand. So it's the duty of product owner to talk with all these people, both project sponsor, end user, and domain experts. He's talking with them to gather requirements. All these requirements, all this form, all this review, these are the requirements. After gathering requirements, this product owner package this requirement. All these requirements, package it, and it becomes a product backlog. He refine them, becomes a product backlog, and then he bring it to this team, and the team will be selecting work from there to do. And the Scrum Master here, the purpose and the role is to make sure that everybody here understand, even he need to start from the beginning by making sure that everybody understand how Scrum works, because a lot of people do not understand how a Scrum works. They do not understand. You might see a lot of people in the organization, you see, we've been here for 15 years, but they've never used Agile. Some of them do not know what it is. We went for a meeting, and the person who attended the meeting happened to be the daughter of our CEO. And this is a very rich company. They have a multi-million, multi-billion, company. And the young girl, when we are introducing ourselves in that meeting, I introduced myself as the product owner. And then the other lady I'm working with, Rita, introduced herself as the Scrum Master. And the lady said, but I'm supposed to work with the project manager. And I didn't know. Well, they told me I'm going to have a meeting with the project manager and the business analyst because she do not understand what product owner means and what Scrum Master, and we have to start to explain what Scrum Master is and what the product owner is. And by the time we finish, you say, oh my God, I've learned something big today. So the point I'm making that so many people, even the CEOs, so many of them do not understand this, how this agile works. It's still a big deal for them. So the work of a Scrum Master is to train everybody in the team to understand Agile, to understand Scrum, and to train all the stakeholders to understand how Scrum works and how to, adopt Scrum to the organization. And then make sure that the team is working towards delivering what the product owner wants. So the product owner here is the governor. In the normal project management, which is waterfall, the project manager is the governor, is the project leader. Everybody follows. But in Agile, the game changed. It's no longer the Scrum Master. It's now the product owner. Everybody now listens to the product owner. The product owner has the right to say, stop, I don't want again. And everybody will stop. Yeah. The product owner has so much power that even the business owner cannot say anything, what is happening on the project. Any contribution you want to make, you have to go through this man. That is the rule. Only if you don't want him again, then you can fire him. But as long as he's here, he's the Oga Patapata in every project. Is within that because he owns, that's what I call it, product owner. He owns it. Everything in the product backlog belongs to him. He decides how it goes. So all the Scrum Master is here, which is the project, is to help this product owner achieve the goal. And every developer here listening to him, everybody listening to him. That is the purpose of it. And so the project manager, your role is to make sure that you guys deliver. You help the team to understand how Agile works, and you help the team to solve their problems. So looking at the Scrum Master here, this is the Scrum Master. Responsibilities of a Scrum Master. The Scrum Master serves as a facilitator, as a coach, and protector of the Scrum team, ensuring efficient collaboration and adherence to Agile principle. Responsibilities, the key responsibilities of the Scrum Master. Fostering communication, creating clear communication channel, translating complex ideas to better understanding, making sure that everybody understands it, like all these vocabularies. You hear sprint retrospective. So many people will say, oh, what do you mean by that? It's just a very simple way of saying lesson learned. You hear sprint demo. Also say, what do you mean by that? This big vocabulary is just feedback from stakeholders. Simple. So it's the duty of the Scrum Master to do that. And when the lady here, Scrum Master, If you are this Scrum Master, does it mean this lady is now my master, is trying to come and take over my father's company? No, some people say that master is big, So you have to break all these big terminologies down. That is the number one. And protecting the team. While we have a team working on solution, it's not like ordinary project that stakeholders will come and start telling I want this to be added. So everything you want to be added, we can find. Go through the product owner. That is the channel. So the Scrum must try to protect the team from any kind of distraction. Distraction, you don't want distraction, shielding them from unnecessary pressure from the management. Anything the Scrum Master and the product, now the team, shield this team. Shield them very well, because what these people are doing is not easy. If you see building this software we are using on a daily basis, you might think it's not easy. Because if any comma, you forgot a comma or a full stop, you find out that the code is not going to work. You start what we call debugging. At times for you to do a debugging, it can take you up to even 2 days to do debugging, to find out where the error is. If you have a very big amount of code to read or debug. Tool maintenance. Scrum Master manages and maintain Agile tools. All the tools the team use is under the Scrum Master. Like I say Jira, I say we're going to look at Jira. Most of the Agile projects, which is a Scrum and Sprint, is being delivered through softwares like Jira, DevOps. Yeah. So that is the tool. So they manage the tool. The tool, just like let's say FreeCamp. All of you here must have seen FreeCamp. So in the alternative of FreeCamp in Agile is called Jira. It's the duty of Scrum Master to maintain such tool, making sure that everybody understands how the tool works and how to use it, ensuring seamless use of collaboration platforms. Metrics and reporting, tracking progress through burn-down charts, velocity reports, etc. Here's what we call burn-down charts and velocity. So burn-down charts will help you to look at how far you've gone towards your project goal, towards the sprint goal. Call it sprint goal. Let me not start bringing project here, because the name is sprint, towards the sprint goal. And velocity is to understand the capacity, help to understand the capacity of the team. Making sure once you understand the capacity of the team, it helps you to make sure that the team do not take more than they can do. For instance, there's what we call story points. Story points help us to understand the amount of work we are doing. For instance, if the team have selected a story point of 30 and be able to deliver a story point of 30 this month, the next month they deliver, they select, let's say 40, and they couldn't finish 40 story points. Then you are not going to allow them to select 40 next time. So you find out that their velocity is going to be between 40 and 30. They couldn't finish 40, but they were able to finish 30 story point. So you are going to be looking between 30 to 35. Once they select 40, it means that they are going to be biting more than they can chew, and that can be a big distraction. So you tend to monitor all these. These are part of your work as a Scrum Master. So by the time we are looking at building or Jira, we are going to see how all these things work. Meeting facilitation. All these meetings, we are going to be the one to organize the meeting, facilitating. So organizing daily stand-up, sprint planning, sprint review, and retrospective is your job to do that. Ensuring meeting remain productive and goal-oriented. Agile coaching. You see, coaching, provide agile best practice at the team level. So you coach the team, teach everyone, even those who do not know how to use or who do not understand what Agile or Scrum, you need to teach them. By the time you finish teaching them, they'll become as good as you are. You equally need to teach at organization level, like the CEO's daughter who didn't understand what Scrum Master is or product owner is. It's your duty as a Scrum Master to sat the young lady down and stuff some Scrum principles inside her head. Encourage a culture of continuous learning and adaptation. You make sure your team are always learning. Have workshop with them, teach them on continuous learning and adaptation. Once in a while, you have a workshop, 1 hour workshop, 2 hours workshop, invite some people to talk to them, just keep them learning more so that they can be more, creative and think outside the box. Team support. Resolve conflict and disagreement, fostering team morale and collaboration. And removing blockers, identify and eliminate obstacles. Obstacles are challenges, ensuring uninterrupted workflow for the team. So these are what you need to do as a Scrum Master. And if you turn it the other way, this is what you need to do as a project manager. Yeah. So why it matters? It boosts team productivity, enhances agile adoption, encourages self-organizing team, and drives continuous improvement. So that is Scrum Master. Then we'll come to product owner. The product owner, the responsibilities here. The product owner is responsible for maximizing the value of the product and ensuring alignment between stakeholder and development team. Responsibilities: managing product backlog, define, prioritize, and maintain product backlog. Ensures product backlog is clear, concise, and well defined. Work closely with stakeholders and the Scrum team to define requirements. Then responsibilities under stakeholder management: act as the bridge between the business stakeholders and the team. Gather feedback and alignment and align product vision with customers' need. Communicate expectation, priorities, and business goal effectively. Then manages releases. Determine when and what to release based on business value. If you go to Facebook, there are so many new features of Facebook that we have not seen yet. It's fully developed, but we are yet to see it. They are keeping it, some of the features, they are keeping it for World Cup. Now, this World Cup, 2026 World Cup, we're going to review some features. They are keeping it for World Cup. If you go to Facebook, you see their logo. It becomes very intuitive. and kind of what do you call it, this like a video, their logo is now moving up and down with a football. I don't know if any of you have noticed what I'm saying in Facebook. Yeah. Some of these, they must have finished this particular feature long ago. They refuse to deploy it. They are waiting for the right time. So it's the duty of the product owner to decide the best time to release features. The product owner of Facebook is Mark Zuckerberg. The owner is the product owner. If you are following, you see that from time to time, he will come on Facebook to tell us about the new releases, their next line of action. What, that is him communicating to us. Yeah, that is him. So collaborate with the team to ensure smooth incremental deliveries, manages timeline and expectation for market readiness. So these are the responsibilities of a product owner. Product owner is important because it ensures the team is working on high priority tasks, keeps stakeholders engaged and informed, help deliver valuable increment effectively. And then we'll come to the people who does the work, the developers. We call it, at times, we call it development team. So their responsibilities, development team or the developer is Scrum's cross-functional team. They are cross-functional. Always remember the word cross-functional. This word is extremely important. Cross-functional and self-organizing is equally important. So, because during if you want to write your exam as a Scrum Master or product owner, you are going to be meeting some funny questions like cross-functionality or cross-functional. They can tell you give us one feature of a developer or the development team. They will give you so many other options, and they will put cross-functional, And another one, they might put self-organizing. These are things you need to cram. All these keywords, cross-functional, self-organizing, sprint demo, sprint review, sprint retrospective, daily stand-up. These are little things you are going to meet in that exam. Both of the exams, if you plan to become a certified Scrum Master or a product owner, or if you want to keep on writing the exam to boost your recognition in the industry. So, responsibilities. Number one here is, you see here, self-organizing. Plan and manage work independently. Collaborate without direct supervision. So, they don't want direct supervision. The Scrum Master, while you are there, is just to make sure that they are not having problem. But you cannot come there and tell them, this is what you need to do. You don't have that such right. So they are independent. You see here, independent. Once they pick the work they want to do from the product backlog, leave them to do their work. You are not going to come and say, show me what you are doing now. Why are you still doing this? You don't have such, as a matter of fact, it's their duty as a Scrum Master to shake people to come and start bullying them. And you as a Scrum Master, you cannot tell them, I want you people to work on this, and this. I want you people to be able to finish 5 product backlog items this week. That's what they decide what they want to do. They decide the amount of work they can do. All you can do is that if they are trying to do more than you feel they cannot do, you say no. I don't think you people can not do this amount of can do this amount of work. It's too much. And again, if you have come to realize their capacity, you know that they can finish up to 30 story points. They have been working on 30 story points for maybe 3 months now. They are comfortable on 30 story points. You've known their capacity, that's their velocity. Then they started taking 20 story points. Of course, in that one, you say, are you people progressing or going back? You need to ask that kind of question. But you don't have to come and tell them, this is it, you must finish it. No. So they are independent. So they don't need such distraction. So another responsibility of the team is design. It's the duty of the team to design, create user-friendly and functional design, ensure alignment with business and user need. Development, build the product increment based on product backlog item, implement coding best practice and standard. User experience, enhance usability and interaction design, focusing on improving customer satisfaction. And testing, ensure functionality through automated manual testing, identify and resolve defects early. Defect is called bug as well. Delivery, provide working software at the end of each sprint and ensure the product meets definition of done. Definition of done means that when it reaches this point, it's done. Definition of done that before you can say that a product is now ready, you must test the product against the standard. We call it user stories and acceptance criteria. Every user story must have an acceptance criteria. Acceptance criteria is the standard. So when you finish testing against that is what I mean definition of done. If it doesn't meet the acceptance criteria, it cannot be accepted. But once it meets the acceptance criteria, then that means that it now meets what we call definition of done, that is done. Why it matters? Drives collaboration and innovation. Enable fast and high quality product delivery and ensure continuous improvement. And Scrum process. Yeah, this diagram explains Scrum process. We started explaining the Scrum process from the beginning, just like this diagram you see here. You see product backlog, you see product owner, you see the developer here, you see having a meeting under sprint planning, and after the meeting you'll see the sprint backlog, and you see the cycling where the work is going on. And you see the big man here, Scrum Master, waiting to troubleshoot if anybody is having a problem. And then daily Scrum, where the team always have daily meeting. This is one of the meeting. Then another meeting here is sprint review, where the team come to demonstrate what they've done to the stakeholder. And the retrospective, another meeting, where the team need to meet and resolve whatever issue they have and do what we call In the other one, it's called lesson learned before they come back to here to select more items. So that's the workflow. So that is the workflow. The workflow is equally defined here. Managed by the product owner, continuous prioritization of features, enhancement, and fixes. Inputs from the end users, customer, product stakeholders, and end users. And the sprint planning. And sprint planning here, the Scrum team selects product item to commit to the product to the sprint. The outcome is called sprint goal and a sprint backlog. The sprint is a period of 1 to 4 weeks. A time box iteration where selected work is developed. No changes to sprint scope or goal once the sprint is started. Daily Scrum, which is called daily stand-up meeting, facilitated by the Scrum Master. The team sync on progress, blockers, and plan for the day. Updates are made on artifacts as needed. Sprint review. The team presents a potential shippable product increment, MPV, minimum viable product. Stakeholders provide feedback. After giving the stakeholders, showing them what you've done, the stakeholder will give feedback, showing the appreciation or criticizing the team. Product owner may update the product backlog based on insight. Sprint retrospective. Internal Scrum team meeting to reflect on the past, on the just concluded sprint. Identify what went well, what need improvement, and action item for the next sprint. Key roles, product owner, define and prioritize the product backlog. Scrum Master facilitates Scrum processes and remove all impediments. Development team, self-organizing professionals responsible for execution. And while Scrum encourage adaptive planning and quick iteration, encourages continuous feedback and improvement, enhances team collaboration and transparency. So that is it. So I've already defined sprint planning, daily, and all this work. I've already defined all of them. Now attached here is what we call Scrum framework cheat sheet. So everything we have been saying is compressed in this cheat sheet so that you give you more or just more portable way. So you can go through it in if you get this note and elaborate it. Agile values. Scrum follow Agile manifesto, emphasizing on individual, here's what we call Agile values. For instance, if you're going to write your text, you must understand the key values. Agile values, individual, there's what we call manifestos, Agile or Scrum manifesto. They emphasizes on these 4 key values. Individual interaction over processes and tools. This is a summary of what is in this cheat sheet I have here. Working software over comprehensive documentation. Customer collaboration over contract and negotiation. Responding to changes over following a fixed plan. Agile principles. Customer satisfaction, deliver value early and continuously. Embrace change, adapt to evolving requirements. Frequent delivery. Deliver working software frequently. Collaboration. Business and developers must work together. Empowerment. Build projects around motivated individuals. Face-to-face communication. Prioritize direct conversation. That's why if some of you who notice the way I do, if you join my class, I always put on my camera. If you want to talk to me, you have to put on your camera. We talk face to face. You don't hide behind the camera and be talking to me and I don't respond to you. It's one of the key Agile principles. In as much as we're talking for a distance, but we have to see face to face. Working software, primary measure of progress. Sustainable development, maintain a constant pace or consistent pace. Technical excellence, maintain high quality. Simplicity, focus on maximizing work, not done. Self-organizing team, encourage team autonomy. Reflection and improvement, regularly adjust and refine processes. Scrum rules, we've discussed the Scrum rules. Scrum events, we'll talk about the Scrum event, which is sprint planning, daily Scrum, sprint review, sprint retrospective, and yeah, that's it. The key takeaway from this is Scrum is iterative and incremental, collaborative and transparency, and continuous inspection and adaptation to lead improvement. So that is Scrum. The only thing we need to do to understand it more is to do it practical. By tomorrow, we'll do it practical. There is another framework in Agile. It's not only Scrum. We have another framework in Agile called Kanban. Kanban uses a board like this, you know, to do a board and a card. So this is what we call a board. And all these sticky notes is what we call card, to show the progress of our work in a very visual, more of visualizing your work in a very beautiful way, so that people can always see and know what is going on. That is what they use board to demonstrate the progress of work. Yeah. So it's an Agile methodology that focuses on visualizing workflow, limiting work in progress, and continuous delivery. Kanban uses Kanban board with column representing different stages of work and card representing individual tasks or user stories, allowing team to visualize work, identify bottleneck, and optimize workflow. Benefits of Agile methodology. So this Kanban, we're not going to waste time in Kanban. Kanban has been integrated into Scrum as well. So when we are using Scrum as well, we are using Kanban as well. So both of them are now integrated. Benefits of Agile methodology: flexibility and adaptability to change, early and frequent delivery of valuable product increments, enhanced collaboration and communication among team members and stakeholders, improved transparency, visibility, and stakeholder engagement, greater focus on customer satisfaction and value delivery. Challenges: in Agile comes with its own challenges as well. It requires a cultural shift and mindset change from organization. Like I said, if you want to practice Agile, you need to be very disciplined. You cannot just be lousy and be practicing Agile. When you're supposed to be having daily stand-up every day, you're having it twice in every week, and you say you are because you are lazy, you think it's too much all the time. So you must have this cultural shift and mindset change. You must believe you can do it. Or when you are supposed to be doing a meeting for 15 minutes, you end up doing it for 2 hours, and you say you are doing so. These are where people are always, I've seen it, firsthand. That is not easy to stick, even that daily stand-up. It's not easy to just do a meeting in 15 minutes. It's not easy. It requires a lot. But you see people who are very dedicated and very principled, as they are doing it, they are monitoring their time. It's just like a football. All of us know that football is 90 minutes. And if nothing happens, the standard you give like few extra minutes. You can't say because nobody has scored goal, you continue to play until we score goal. Even if you mean playing for five hours until somebody win. No, they have procedures. If there is no win, then we go for penalty. These are ways to do it. You can't see because in football, they have played up to 4 corner kick. And another corner kick say, no, it's too much. You can't play again. As long as it's a corner kick, you continue to play. So you must maintain the rule for you to say your Scrum is not working for you, or Agile is not working for you, or Agile is working for you. Agile may not be suitable for projects with fixed requirements or strict regulatory compliance. Agile requires flexibility. Agile requires active stakeholder involvement and commitment to provide timely feedback. You must collaborate with stakeholders. Agile can be challenging to scale Agile practice to large or complex projects and organizations. Like we said, Agile can only be done where we have like 12, no, not more than 10 people. But you see some projects who have more than 10 people in a project. So how can you do that? So it means that if you need to apply it, you have to have so many teams, Agile teams or Scrum teams in a very large complex project. You cannot say we are building a house, we are using Agile, we are 30 in number, we have 15 laborers, we have 5 bricklayers, we have 7 plumbers. No. You better go and stick to waterfall. So that's why Agile work better in software development. But it doesn't mean it cannot be used in other environments like construction, and if you practice it well, you can use it anywhere, even for cooking. So conclusively, Agile projects methodology offer a flexible and adaptive approach to project management, enabling teams to deliver high quality outcome in a dynamic and uncertain environment. Uncertain environment, like I said, we use it for managing projects in complex environment. Complex environment, meaning that these projects we are working on, you do not know how, you might not know how it's going to end. Yes, because you are building small, small, small. Before you finish the project, the requirement might change, and then you find yourself building it towards direction. As you are going this towards southern direction, over time, the requirement markets might change, and then you start moving towards western direction. That is how. So it's not said it's complex environment. It's not like, yeah, I want to build a 5-bedroom duplex. You know, once you see the design, you already know how the project is going to end. You already know. But in Agile, software development is always difficult. By embracing Agile principles and practice, organizations can increase project success rates, improve stakeholder satisfaction, and respond effectively to changing market condition and customer needs. Yes. So that is where we are ending it for tonight. So, and you see this link I created here. This link is going to take you to scrum.org, where you are going to go here and see more. If you want to write certification exams, you can do that from scrum.org. If you want to get Scrum guide, you can get it from scrum.org. So you follow this link here. I'm going to share this note. So from this note, you can go and download and let me So you see in scrum.org, so you see this link is in the notes. You see scrum.org/resources/Scrum guide. Everything I've been teaching will be in Scrum guide. Scrum guide is the final teacher in Agile methodology. In Scrum, Scrum guide is an official documentation that everybody that wants to work in Agile environment should follow. And here, this is number 1 of 59 in the series. It is updated. So this is it here. You see, as I'm hovering here, that is the Scrum guide. You need to download it and read it. That is your assignment. Everybody needs to download it and read it. It's like around 20 pages. You must read it. It's a must. So that is it here. See, it's here. That is Scrum guide. You now have to download it. It's in a PDF. So download it, read it, and that is where we're ending it for tonight. By the time you finish reading it, you become Baba. Okay. Another one is this open assessment. If you want to write the exam in this scrum.org as well, this open assessment here, you see open assessment. If you come down here, it will give you 25 questions. if you want to write this exam, I encourage you to start this open assessment. If you can get open assessment, you can get it to its 25 question. If you have passed this 25 question up to 5 times, if you can score the 25 question, 25 over 25, 25 over 25, 25 over 25 for 5 times, then I think it should be, I think it's now, it consists of 30 questions. Okay, they've added 5. When I was writing my own, it was just 25 questions. So if you can do it up to 5 times and pass or get all of them, for instance, now 30 over 30, then means you should be ready for your exam. And the exam, I think, is 80 questions. Or 60 questions, you must score 60 questions and you must score 80%. So let's see. Yeah, that is how it will work. And all the certifications, let's see certifications. If you want to write the certifications, we'll have, this is a Scrum Master certification, have level 1, 2, 3. At least if you can grab level 1, it's very good for you. I don't believe in this kind of theory. You can get a project manager job without writing any certification. Yes, that is it. But if you want to package yourself, make your CV look beautiful, you have to do some certification. Instead of you going to start with big certification like PMP that might cost you almost £2,000 or dollars, you can start with this one, you know, small. If you are serious, that doesn't mean you don't need to start looking for a job until you get, no. Most of the jobs I got is not because I do certification, but you see, I got a big job because I was certified, but even before I got the bigger job, I've already gotten a job without the business analyst job. It's not so. You can always help out. So if you click on this, you see this is Professional Scrum Master. So if you go down, yeah, if you go down, like here, you see, this is certification details. When I wrote my exam years back, I think it was $50 I paid. It was around $50 or even $19. All I know is not up to $100 when I wrote it years back. And the passing score is 85%. You know, 85%. When I wrote my own, it was 80%, but now 85%. Time limit is 1 hour. So it's 1 hour, you have 1 hour to answer 80 questions. 80 questions. And the format is multiple choice, yes, true or false. They deploy this exam in English. You can write it in English. You can write it in Japan. You can write it in Chinese. Yeah. And recommended courses, if you want instructor-led professional Scrum training, if you want somebody to teach you, if you want somebody to teach you, they can charge you up to £2,000. Yes. When I did my own, I instructed myself. I didn't go for any profession because it's very costly. Yeah. I followed this one, self-paced. That's how I did it. So self-paced, I did a self-paced. So if you want to follow self-paced professional Scrum fundamental courses, you can follow here. And almost everything I taught you this night that's it. If you can then read Scrum Guide very well to cram or understand these key keywords. Follow this is open. I showed you where you can do as open assessment. Is free. It will generate 30 questions, yes or no. You answer it. Exactly the question you are going to see is the question you are going to see during your exams. So that is it. So it's left for you to do whatever you want to do, but this is it where you can find it. Yeah, and so many of them. If you want to go for product owner, this is Scrum Master. This is for product owner. This is for product owner. If you scroll down, it's almost the same pattern here, but different questions though. Yeah, go down here, you see, it's still 200. So, yeah. The good thing about scrum.org is that once you've done a certification with scrum.org and pass, the pass is forever. You become a certified Scrum Master till you die. Meaning you don't need to go and rewrite exam or renew your license or this thing. But there is other people called Scrum Alliance. Scrum, we have two types of Scrum providers. This is the original Scrum because it's highly recognized. Is scrum.org, more like non-governmental or NGO, charity.org. Then we'll have another one called scrum.com. Scrum.com is from Scrum Alliance. They conduct certification as well, called Scrum Master Certification. If you do their own, I think every 1 year or every 2 years, you have to go and renew your license. If you don't renew it, you are no longer a certified Scrum Master. And the one thing with them is that they don't do their exam online. It's a center base. You need to go to you need to look for the nearest center. I think in Nigeria, they have centers in Lagos and Abuja. I don't know about Port Harcourt, but I know they have centers in Lagos and Abuja where you are going to go for the training. They will train you and give you the exam, and it can cost you up to £2,000, both the training and the certification. You have to travel to their site. But this one good thing with this particular scrum.org, you can do the training, read material from this, follow the self-paced training. You are not going to pay anybody, but you need to really read well. And once after reading, you do you pay for your exam. You can do your writing, you can do it from your house. And yeah, you can pass. So you don't need to start traveling to Lagos if you are living in Enugu. All you need to do is do a hard work and do it. I think while you are doing it, this time maybe they will have kind of camera watching you, making sure that you are there doing it alone. But it's online based. And you are not going to any place to do it. So that is it. That's the good thing. So, and it's forever. you are not going to do renew your license. Since I did my own, it's always have been there cooling down for me. I know some people, some of my colleagues who went to this Scrum Alliance, they've done their renewals twice, and so many of them have run and migrated and do their certification here, so that they don't have to be going all the time to do their renewal. Yeah. So, yeah, just telling in case you want to be more packaged and this and that. So these are kind of things you need to put yourself very well. For instance, why some of these things are good, I'll give you the reason. It's not that you cannot get online, get remote job. You can get job, without remote, you can get the project manager job without any certification. But why some of these things are good, like if a company here in UK want to give you a job as a project manager or as a Scrum Master, this type of job meets the threshold of what they called skilled job in terms of, yeah, to give you COS to come to UK. The company can give you a COS to come to UK if you have Scrum Master. Where a Scrum Master, it meets the threshold of the kind of skill job. Yeah, so this kind of thing. Well, for instance, now you studied. I'm not downgrading any course. I'm just for illustration. You studied political science, and you got a project manager job, and somebody said you need to show some certification, you know, to do that. These are some of the things I want to show. Because why are you saying this? That this has been here for ages. This Scrum.org is even older than so many of us. They are highly recognized all over the world. So that's why I'm recommending it. But what we are doing here, so many of our students already working as project manager from Nigeria. With that kind, if you don't want to travel, yeah, you don't need to travel to do any of these jobs. As a matter of fact, some of you in Nigeria are making more money than us as IT workers. Also, anything we do here, before you know it, bills will consume everything. But you, once your money drop, you don't even know what you are going to do with your money. Only if somebody is being kidnapped and they say make you bring huge amount of money. All right. We'll end it here, and if you have questions, I can take your questions. Yeah. So if you don't have questions, then we're going to meet tomorrow, where we're going to look into Jira. Going to be practical. I will create a work in Jira, and you'll see how I do it, so that you should be able to do that. Yeah. So we've already spent 2 hours plus. Yeah. Sometimes we can have this kind of class. Sometimes we just spend like 40 minutes. Everybody will go, but sometimes we have to spend like 3 hours. So you have to bear with me, you know. And for the fact that you have not seen me for a long time, all this long weekend, to make you enjoy my face, you know, smaller. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no one raising hand. Okay. I have to let you go because some of you are already bored. All right.
It was engaging anyway. It was engaging. We're not bored. Good evening.
Okay.
Thank you so much for the class.
No worries.
When
Yeah, it
you're
wasn't
bored,
boring.
we're enjoying it.
And at all.
Okay.
Although I had a question, which was the certification, which I later talked on. I wanted to ask on that before they talked on it.
Okay. So it's always good. So it's you start small, you start working, you can start looking for a job. But once you start growing, of course, try to become authority in this easiest way you can showcase yourself. I have so many certifications, but I keep saying it. Employers, they might not, but in some cases, when they will have too many people dragging the job, they must want to look, how are we going to differentiate? We say, okay, all of you are qualified, or some people, this person, yeah. But that is when you start growing. But the small job, you need to get started. You don't need all this. All you need is very good experience you can demonstrate. Yeah. So I think we are done for tonight.
Okay, I have a question.
You already say you already mentioned, and I don't
No,
know.
another one, yes, another one, yes. I actually saw it. This lead, it's a lead project coordinator and senior project coordinator. So what's the difference between them?
They are still the
Lead
same
project
thing.
coordinator and senior project coordinator.
They are the same thing. It's just a grammar. Lead and senior. You see the same. The lead, it might be this, you are the lead out of, maybe you are the leader, you are in charge. But a senior, you can be a senior project manager, but you are not the leader, you are not leading. So it's simple. Lead, meaning that you are not following anybody. Everybody is following you. Yeah, that is lead. Senior, you can be a senior project manager, but you have someone who is before you. Is that clear? So
okay,
that
sir.
is
Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Mary.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. Thank you for the class. Sir, my question is, how long should what happens if the team cannot finish all the sprint backlogs items before the sprint ends?
If you do not finish it, you return it to the backlog.
Okay.
Yeah. Whatever you cannot finish, you take it back to where you get it from. But make sure that you must, even if you do not finish it, you must produce something tangible out of the work you've done. That's why they will have Scrum Master there to guide the team, to make sure that they don't have leftover. Just like you want to eat food. It's not making good out of you as an adult. You know, you're always having leftovers. It's not, I don't see as, like if I come in an event, I see you eat food, after eating you have leftover. I'm not gonna say anything, but it has defined whom you are. You are a waste. You know, you like wasting resources. And if I'm employing people, I'm not gonna employ people like you because I don't like waste. Yeah, it's something I don't like. Even in my house, if I want to eat, if there are leftovers, I make sure that I want children. I don't want take what you can eat. Do not take what you cannot eat. And that's why I give everyone opportunity to serve yourself, dish food for yourself. It's only the little people who cannot. Well, there is a stage of once you're up to 6 years, and how you should be able to dish food yourself, the amount you can take, and that's it. So that you won't be having. It's better you take and go back and take more than after eating you leave leftover, which will eventually, in so many cases in the public arena, is going to the bin. You are wasting somebody's money. Even if it's not, you go for wedding. There are so many food there. You eat. You leave half of the food because you are not the one who paid for it. For me, he has summarized you. You are not a good product for company management. It applies the same way in the Agile. So that's why we have what we call velocity. Understand your gauge, understand your capacity. Don't go beyond your capacity. When you keep on taking product backlog, you keep on returning it. It doesn't. For me, it doesn't speak good of you. But the good thing is that if you have experience, Scrum Master is going to guide the team. They can make the mistake the first time, but it's not going to happen again when the team gets matured.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. All right. And see you guys tomorrow.
Okay, sir.
And make sure you
Good night,
you
Mr.
fill the form. And if you don't have iPhone, please upgrade. You know, let me tell you, it's better to get this iPhone than to get Brazilian hair.
No, oh, start receiving the dollar. I will not have iPhone.
The iPhone is what is going to help you to make the dollars. You know, why I'm saying this is this data, this AI job is very hot now. It's very, very hot. I'm not doing it, but I have so many of my students, I have so many of my workers as well doing it, and they are catching out very much. Whenever I see them, you see the way they are smiling, it gives me joy, you know? So it can be a game changer for you starting, and it doesn't. So yeah, all these Brazilian hair and these long nails, you know, and this convert it to tools, work tools. That's my own.
Yeah.
And we men like John Peter, some of us from job, we divert somewhere, make we take 2 cups, and then after 2 cups, we take 1 for the road. You can convert all this to work tools, you know. Yeah. You know, some of us, usually don't, some of us who cannot go home without at least 1 bottle. You know, once you save it for some time, you can give you ability to, you see, some people will see you all the time on your phone, you'll be doing like this on your phone. Even when you are in the bus, they will say, but you are making money, you are busy working. Yeah. Instead of paying so much attention to you, Lebuchi, and Judy, and May gossip, we can be using it to make money.
So do we need a special training for that annotation?
Yeah, we need to have a training, because if you don't